Today's the day we're doing the review on the 75. I thought after 3 years and 3 75s, I'd feel pretty comfortable doing a review. So if you're looking to buy a 75, this should hopefully cover most of your questions and concerns and help you decide if a 75 is right for you. So let's get into it. Being a 30-year-old car, I reckon they aged extremely well, especially comparing like a 1985 Hilux to a 2006 Hilux. They look completely different. Whereas a 1985 75 compared to a 2006 79, most people can't actually tell the difference. In my opinion, the best thing about the 75's looks is that they didn't change the original style like all the other cars trying to keep up with the modern looks. So in the end, it accidentally kept them looking so modern for all them years. 75s, like most Toyotas, are very reliable, and if anything does go wrong, most auto parts shops have the common parts needed to fix it. It's never left me stranded, but whenever a small problem did come up, most of the decent sized towns I went through had the parts needed to fix it on the side of the road. They're very user friendly. That's because they're simple. You don't need to be a genius or have fancy tools or any workshop equipment to fix them. So as long as you carry a standard set of tools on you, you'll be able to pretty much fix anything wherever you are. This one's got a 12HT in it, but I've had the 2H and 1HZs, and considering the age and the size of the motors being 4 litres and 4.2 litres, they're pretty good on fuel, using anywhere between 12 to 15 litres on a good motor. So this 75 has a 12HT in it, but they never came out from the factory with them, but they were a very common popular swap because they were obviously turbocharged and direct bolt-in, so no engine mount changes, just change the exhaust and that's about it. Same for the 1HZ 75s, which you could swap out with no major changes, the 1HDT and the 1HD FTs. You can also swap with the 1HD FTEs, but having an ECU, they do need to have a wiring loom changes, and you've got to sort all that electrical stuff out, which unlike the previous engines, they're all mechanical operated, so you don't need to worry about any electrical. The biggest downside in the 75 is the cab. Me being 195 centimetres tall, I just fit in there comfortably, but any taller would be a bit of a squeeze. And they did sort this out with the early 79s when they extended the cab by 100mm, which was definitely the biggest change in comfort that I noticed when I got the 79. Like the exterior, the interior hadn't changed from 85 to 2009, which is cool that they actually used it in the new V8 79s for 2 years. Which many people, including myself, prefer the old steel dash compared to the new remodeled plastic version that they're currently using in the 79s. You just can't compare the quality and the construction of the steel dashes compared to the new plastic models. Obviously, being an older car, they did not focus on stuff like comfort and quietness, unlike modern cars these days. So definitely don't go buying this and thinking it's going to be as quiet, as comfortable as like a modern Hilux or something. But saying that, you can improve it yourself by adding things like sound deadening and extra thick floor mats. So if you've been driving older cars or solid axle four-wheel drives, this won't be a problem for you, but if you've come from a newer car or an IFS, like independent front suspension with electric steering and all that, you'll definitely notice when driving these, the amount of slack in the steering wheel, and at first it's sort of sketchy on the road, but after a while you get used to it pretty quick. This being impacted further by it being leaf sprung all round, so it definitely is a bit stiffer up front. But there are things you can do to improve that, like setting your springs and shocks up correctly. Definitely makes a big difference. So what makes this worse is being older and probably having a few owners beforehand, you don't actually know what spring rating it has got on it at the moment. Because these have been around for so many years, there's just so many different options with bull bars and suspension and snorkels and things like your tray. You can do whatever you want to them. That's the best part about them. My experience with these has been awesome. I definitely recommend them for anyone looking to get a 75 because they are affordable and you can pick some up for fairly cheap. That's what makes them such a great first car, because they're very affordable, reliable, very user-friendly. So if you want to get into mechanical and all that, it's a great car to start on. But they can definitely cost you a lot over the years, especially if you're unlucky. So it's best if you're mechanically minded or willing to learn and do things yourself. It'll save you a lot in the long run. And this proves it, because everyone seems to think that this 75 was some ridiculously expensive build, but where in fact I'd kept track of every single part, and including of buying the ute itself, it only cost me $24,000. And this was because I did everything myself, and the only time it ever went to the mechanics was to get a wheel alignment done, and I plan to keep it that way with the 79. So what you should take from this is, they're a solid, reliable car. They have been for the past 30 plus years. So if you're like myself and like it's simple, you're not worried about those fancy technology fads or super comfortableness and all that stuff, this will be perfect for you. So don't let Instagram convince you that you need coils and 37s and every mod under the sun just to get out there and go see Australia. Hope this helps out anyone that's been wanting to buy a 75, and if I missed anything that you want to know, let me know in the comments. If you want to support us, we've got a range of stickers and cup holders, and check them out in the link below. And thanks for watching, we'll see you next week.